Hello students, I am Sachitrakar. Welcome to Cars Physics. We are continuing electric potential and in this lecture we will discuss potential due to concentric cells. Potential due to concentric cells. Okay. Then what is a cell? Cell means a hollow sphere. This is a hollow sphere. Okay. Inside it is air or vacuum. Okay. And thickness of this wall is very small. Means we are considering thin spherical cell. Thin spherical cell. Okay. Let's consider this cell is charged. Of course, we are considering about metallic spheres, means conducting spheres. Okay. Suppose this is a conducting sphere or cell. We may write hollow sphere in cell. Let charge given to this cell is plus Q. Charge given to this cell is plus Q. Then as we know, total charge is distributed on the surface. Okay. If charge is given to a metal, no charge remains inside it, but total charge is distributed on the surface of conductor or surface of metallic sphere. Okay. This sphere may be hollow or may be solid, whatever may be, as we have discussed. If charge is given to a conductor, no charge remains inside the body, but total charge is distributed on the surface. But here, we are not considering about a solid cell, we are considering about a hollow cell, means thin spherical cell. Okay. Suppose charge given to this hollow sphere or thin spherical cell, conducting cell, then total charge is distributed on the surface. Let total charge is Q. As we have discussed, potential on the surface. Okay. Let's consider any distance r. Let's consider any distance r from the center. As we have discussed, distance is always measured. Distance is always measured from the center of the cell. Okay. This is center. Let at any distance r, this is a point P. At any distance r, this is a point P. R is the distance of point P from the center. And as we know, here electric field is K, Q by square of distance. K, Q by square of distance. Of course, electric field is vector and direction of electric field is away from the charged hollow sphere or thin spherical cell. Okay. Because as we know, where we have to find the electric field, we have to place on unit positive charge or test charge. And force experienced by the test charge is equal to electric field intensity at that point. If we place on unit positive charge, then this positive charge will repel it. Okay. So this is direction of electric field. Electric field is vector quantity and magnitude of electric field is K, Q by R square. Okay. We are discussing about electric potential, then potential at point P. Potential at point P, let it be written as Vp. Potential at point P. As we know, potential is K, Q by R. And again we have discussed in previous lectures, means potential decreases with increase in distance, potential inversely proportional to distance. So this is outside the sphere. Okay. P is the point outside the sphere. P is arbitrarily taken at any distance r. Okay. Then potential on the surface. Potential on the surface. See, distance is always measured from the point charge. Distance is always measured from center of the sphere. So on the surface, let's take potential is Vs, distance is r, then potential is K, Q by R. Of course, we have derived electric potential. Okay. And as we know, we have to compare. Suppose we have to get potential at point P, then we have to take reference point at infinity. Okay, then potential difference dV is equal to minus E dot dr. Potential difference is minus E dot dr, and integrating both sides, potential difference means potential at point P minus potential at infinity is equal to minus E dot dr, or directly we may write potential is K Q by R. So limit is from infinity to point R. So potential at point P is K Q by R. We have already derived the expression for electric potential. Okay. Then potential at point P is K Q by R. P is any point. Then potential on the surface is K Q by R. R is radius of the spherical cell. Okay. Then potential inside the cell is also KQ by R, and this is constant. So potential at any point on the surface of sphere is constant. Potential at any point inside the sphere is also constant, or inside the cell is also constant. Okay, we know it. Now we'll discuss about potential due to concentric cells. Okay. These discussions are numerical based discussions or question based discussions. Okay. I am starting from a very easy example. Okay. Number 1. Let's consider there are 3 concentric cells. Okay, this cell is A, this cell is B, and another cell, this cell is C. There are 3 concentric cells, so we may take 2 concentric cells, 3 concentric cells, 4 concentric cells, or whatever may be the number. Okay, let radius of inner cell is R1, cell A, and radius of cell B is R2, and accordingly radius of cell C is R3. Okay. Let charges are given to the spheres. Let charge given to sphere A is Q1. You may take positive or negative. Charge given to cell B is Q2. Charge given to cell C is Q3. Okay. As we have discussed, potential on the surface of cell or surface of hollow sphere, potential on the surface of cell is equal to potential at any point inside the surface, as we have discussed. Then we have to find, suppose it is asked to find potential on the surface of cell B, cell A, on the surface of cell A. Okay. Means we have to find potential on A, cell A. Then how many potentials are there? Potential due to this cell, potential due to this cell, and potential due to this cell. So potential on surface A due to itself, charge given to the cell A is Q1, then potential is Q1 by R1. Okay. Then potential due to cell B, see, radius of cell B is R2, and on the surface of cell B, potential let V be, that's equals to KQ2 by R2. Okay. And potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside this cell B. Okay. Thus on the surface of cell A, due to cell B, potential is also KQ2 by R2. See, potential on the surface of cell B is KQ2 by R2, and potential at any point inside the surface is also KQ2 by R2, and the surface of cell A is inside the surface of cell B, so potential is KQ2 by R2. Finally, potential on the surface of cell A due to cell C. See, cell C is given a charge Q3 and potential on its surface is Vc. We may take KQ3 by R3. Potential on the surface of cell C is KQ3 by R3. So potential inside the surface of cell C is also KQ3 by R3. So surface of cell A is inside the surface of cell C. So potential is again KQ3 by R3. Also, this is potential. This is potential at any point inside cell A. See, total potential on the surface of cell A is this much. This is also potential. This is also potential any point inside cell A. As we know, potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Okay, this is about potential on the surface of cell A, or this is the potential at any point inside the cell A. Is it clear? Okay. Then next point. Find potential on the surface of cell B. Second, find potential on the surface of cell B. Try it once. Pause the video and try it. Okay? Okay? DB. We have to find potential on surface B. See, potential on surface B due to the cell A. Potential on surface B due to cell A. So, on the surface of cell B, potential due to A means potential due to cell A plus potential due to itself means cell B plus potential due to cell C. Okay. This is VB dash, total potential VB, dB dash. Okay. Then potential on surface of cell B due to cell A. See, this is the surface of B. This is outside of surface A. This is outside of surface A. As we know, potential outside the surface is KQ by distance. Distance is always measured from the center of the cell or sphere. So, due to A, potential is KQ1. Cell A is given a charge Q1 and distance of this point from center is R1, KQ1 by R1. So, potential of cell A on the surface of B, charge on the cell A is Q1 and this point is outside the surface of cell A, so distance is R1, so this is KQ1 by R1. Sorry, distance is R2, Distance is R2, this distance is R2, radius of cell B plus potential due to itself means BB dash is equal to KQ2 by R2 plus potential due to C. Okay, potential on the surface of C is KQ3. Let's take it VC dash VC. Potential on the surface of B due to cell C is VC. See, potential on the surface of cell C is KQ3 by R3. Again the same discussion. Potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Okay. This point is inside the surface of cell C. This point means on the surface of cell B. This point is inside the surface of cell C. So potential on its surface is equal to potential at any point inside it, means again VCA dash. So that is equals to K Q3 by R3. Okay, is it clear? Potential on the surface of cell B. Then finally, number 3. We have to find potential on surface C. Okay. Then potential on surface C is potential due to charge on cell A plus potential due to charge on cell B plus potential due to charge on C. So this point, this is the point. Okay, this point is at a distance R3 from the center of cell A. Okay, then potential due to A plus potential due to B plus potential due to itself, VCA dash. Okay, then this point means on the surface of cell C. This is the point outside the surface of cell A, but this distance is R3 from the center of cell A. So B KQ1 by R3. KQ1 by distance is R3. Okay. Plus VB, potential due to cell B. Okay. Charge on cell B is Q2 and distance from the common center is R3. This is the point outside the surface of cell B. So this is KQ2 by R3. Again, BC dash due to itself means on the surface of cell C due to charge Q3. Again, distance is R3. So we may take KQ3 by R3. Okay. KQ1 by R3 plus KQ2 by R3 plus KQ3 by R3. All these are same. Distance is R3 due to cell A. Distance is measured from the center, so distance is R3. Okay. Take it first. This is the fundamental of the questions. Then we will move to second one. Okay. Suppose it is asked outside the cell. Outside all the concentric cells means this is any point. You may take distance x, then potential due to cell A KQ1 by x, potential due to cell B KQ2 by x, potential due to cell C KQ3 by x. Okay. This is first one. Then the second question. I am writing the question. You will think it deeply. Number 2. A hollow sphere. A hollow sphere means a spherical cell of radius r is given a charge minus q, which is put inside another hollow sphere of radius r, capital R. Okay. Find potential at a point P potential at a distance x. Find potential at a distance x, and it is given x is greater than r, x is greater than r and greater than r. Okay, this is the sphere of radius r. Charge given to the sphere is minus q. Charge given to the sphere is minus q. Okay, of radius r, given a charge q. Suppose this charge we have taken plus q of outer sphere, and inner sphere is given a charge minus q. Okay, so then this is inner sphere and this is outer sphere. Okay, radius of this sphere is r and charge given to this sphere is q. We have to find potential at a distance x, and x is greater than r and greater than r. This is easiest one. Then what will be the answer? Think it fast. Got the answer? No or yes? Okay. X is greater than r and r is greater than r. R is greater than r. Suppose this is the point. This is the point at a distance x. X is greater than r and also r is greater than r. So this is a point P at a distance x. From the common center, distance is always measured from the common center. So this point P is outside with respect to both the spheres. Okay, or concentric cells. Then at point P, potential at point P, due to inner sphere, k minus q divided by x, plus due to outer sphere, again this charge is q, kq by x. Then finally potential at point P is k by x into q minus q. Think it's right or wrong? Okay. Done it? Is it clear? Yes, this is right. X is greater than r is greater than small r. Okay, I am changing the bit. If I change it, r is less than x is less than r. So x is greater than r, but x is less than capital R. Then obviously now we will take the point here. This is the point and this distance is x. Here x is greater than r, okay, x is greater than r and r is greater than x. This is the point where we have to find potential. Then potential at point P, again think it. That point was outside of both the cells. So what will be in this case? Think it quick. Done it. Pause the video. Okay. See, this is a point P outside with respect to inner cell and inside with respect to outer cell. Now, for this given condition, the point P is outside with respect to inner cell and inside with respect to outer cell. Okay. So, potential due to Suppose I do take this cell is A, this cell is B. Potential due to cell A plus potential due to cell B. So potential at point P. See, this point is outside with respect to inner cell. Potential will be K minus Q divided by X. K minus Q is charge, distance is X, point P is outside the cell, so K minus Q by X plus potential due to B. Potential on the surface of cell B is K, Q, charge given is Q divided by R. And as we have discussed, potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Point P is inside the surface of the outer sphere. Okay, means sphere B. Then potential will be also KQ by R. Now solve it. K into Q by R, Q by R. This is negative. Potential due to negative charge is negative. K into Q by R minus Q by X. Okay, is it clear? Will I erase it now? Feel it easier. Okay, these are two basic questions. Then question number 3. Question number 3. Okay, I will now change the question a little bit, but before going to question, this is the fundamental surface charge density. Surface charge density. See, linear charge density. Linear charge density, charge per unit length. Surface charge density is charge per unit area. So, if I take surface charge density sigma, then this is charge per unit area. Means unit is coulomb per meter square. Okay, charge per unit area. Okay, this is your fundamental, you know it. Surface charge density, charge per unit surface area. Linear charge density, charge per unit length. Volume charge density, charge per unit volume. We have discussed in brief in chapter number 1, electric charge and electric field. Okay, then question, I will write the question now. I will write the question and you will think about the answer. Okay, number 3. 3 concentric conducting spheres or cells. Cells means hollow spheres. 3 concentric conducting cells having cells, let A, B and C. 3 concentric conducting cells A, B and C have surface charge densities. Suppose I am changing the nature of charge, positive and negative, whatever we may take. Suppose now we take charge density sigma for cell A. Cell A is sigma minus sigma and again sigma respectively. Different cells have different charge densities. Of course, you may take sigma, okay, positive, negative, you may change any one in sign, sigma, minus sigma and sigma. Okay, then find potential on the surface A, B and C. A, B and C, we have to find potential on the surface of cell A, cell B and cell C. Okay, the similar one, Okay, we have to assume some radius. Take radii of spheres, cells, radii of cells A, B and C respectively. Or you may take R1, R2, R3, whatever you may think, okay. I am not taking the numerical values, and I am only giving you the form how to solve the numericals, okay. Let its radius is A, as we have mentioned, radius is A. This is cell A, and its charge density is positive plus sigma. This is cell B. This is cell B, and its radius is B, okay, as we have taken, and its charge density is minus sigma. This is cell C. This is cell C. Its radius is C. This is capital C, and charge density is plus sigma. Charge density is plus sigma. We have to find potential. Let's first find potential on the surface A. Potential on surface A. Okay. First, let charge on the surface A is Q1. Charge on the surface is minus Q2. Charge density is negative, and charge on the surface C is plus Q3. Okay. As we have discussed, surface charge density, charge per unit area. So first, surface charge density A, that is sigma, as it is given, and charge we have taken, let Q1 divided by area of cell A, 4 pi A square, okay, 4 pi A square, then Q1 is sigma into 4 pi A square. Similarly, Q2 means charge on cell B is minus sigma into 4 pi B square, radius B. Similarly, charge on cell C is, this is positive, plus sigma into 4 pi C square, 4 pi C square. Is it right? Surface charge density into surface area is equal to charge. Here surface charge density is positive, here negative, and again it is positive. Then potential on surface A. Potential on surface A. Okay. So potential on surface A. Potential on surface A is due to potential of A means K, Q1 by A. On the surface of sphere A, charge is Q1, distance from the center is A. Okay. Then potential due to cell B. See, this point means at any point on surface A, the point on surface A is inside. Point on surface A is inside of surface B. So potential on the surface B is equal to potential inside of surface B. So potential on surface B is KQ2 by B. Similarly, the surface, any point on the surface A is inside the cell C. So potential on the surface of cell C is equal to potential at any point inside the surface C. So obviously potential on its surface will be KQ3 by C. Okay. Now we know the values of Q1, Q2, Q3. So VA, K by A, Q1 is sigma into 4 pi A square plus K by B. In place of Q2 we may write minus sigma into 4 pi B square. Similarly, KQ3 by C, K by C, Q3 is sigma into 4 pi C square. 4 pi C square. Okay. Then potential on surface A. Potential on surface A. Potential on surface A bring K sigma and K sigma common. Bring it common, K sigma. Okay, K 4 pi into sigma. Okay, K into 4 pi sigma. K 4 pi sigma, K 4 pi sigma, K 4 pi sigma. Okay. Then inside bracket we will get A square divided by A minus B square divided by B minus B. C square divided by C is C. This is our answer. You may simplify it. K is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4 pi sigma into A minus B plus C. So finally potential on surface A, 4 pi get cancelled, sigma divided by epsilon naught into A minus B plus C. This is potential on the surface of sphere A. This is potential on the surface of sphere A. Then we will move to find potential on the surface of B. Take it. Got it? Is there any question, any doubt? See, charge density on cell A is sigma, charge density on B is minus sigma, charge density on C is plus sigma. We have to first find potential on surface A. Potential on surface A, let's take this point P. We have to find potential at this point. This point is on the surface of cell A. On the surface, K Q1, let charge is Q1, K Q1 by distance from the center is A. But this point is inside the cell B. On the surface of B, potential on the surface of B is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Then potential on the surface B is K Q2, charge on cell B is Q2, K Q2 by distance is B, K Q2 by B. Then this point is also inside of surface cell C. So potential on cell C, on the surface of cell C is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. Then on the surface of cell C is KQ3, distance is C, KQ3 by C. Then inside any point potential due to C is KQ3 by C. Then Q1 is charge density into area, Q2 is charge density into area, Q3 is charge density into area. Just simplify it. Okay? Finding easier? Okay. Then question number 4. Sorry. We have to find potential on the surface B. I will erase it now. Will it? Okay. Similarly, potential on the surface B. See, we have to find potential on the surface B. This is the point P. This is the point P. This point is outside the surface of cell A. This point is outside of the surface of cell A, and distance from center of cell A is B. This distance is B. Then potential due to A plus potential due to itself B plus potential due to C. Okay. Then due to A, this point is outside the surface. Outside the surface, BA is charge on cell A is Q1, distance from the center is B, KQ1 by B, plus potential on surface B, K, Q2, of course you may take it negative charge density is negative, so charge is negative, divided by distance is B on its surface, plus potential due to C. This point is inside of the surface of cell C. So, potential on the surface of cell C is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. So, this is equals to KQ3 by C. So again, simple solving. Q1 is sigma into 4 pi A square by B. This is B. Plus K into sigma Q2 negative minus sigma into 4 pi B square divided by B plus K Q3 is sigma into 4 pi C square divided by C. Again the same thing, in place of V, we will take K sigma into 4 pi into A square by B minus B square by B is B plus C square by C is C. Okay. Then in simpler form, K is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into sigma into 4 pi, okay, into A square by B minus B plus C, minus B plus C. Then 4 pi get cancelled, and finally the answer will be sigma divided by epsilon naught into A square by B plus B plus C. Okay. This is potential on surface B. Then finally we will go to find potential on surface C. Okay. Will I raise it? 1, 2, 3. Potential on surface C. Now the point P is shifted. P is shifted to this point on the surface of cell C. Okay. Then potential is potential due to A plus potential due to B plus potential due to itself, means due to cell C. This point is outside of surface cell A. This point is outside of surface of cell B. So this is Q1 by C. This distance is C. Outside the surface of cell A, also outside the surface of cell B. So KQ1 by C. Due to B, KQ2 by C. Again distance is C from the common center. Then potential due to itself means KQ3 by C. This charge is negative, Q2 is negative, minus. So in simpler way, KQ1 again sigma into 4 pi A square divided by C. This is, take it negative, minus KQ2 sigma into 4 pi B square by C. Q2, in place of Q2 we may put sigma into 4 pi B square, charge is negative, plus K. Q3 is sigma into 4 pi C square by C. Okay. Then K sigma 4 pi, K sigma 4 pi, K sigma 4 pi, K sigma into 4 pi inside bracket A square by C minus B square by C plus C square by C is C. Okay. Then K is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma into 4 pi inside the bracket C plus A square minus B square by C. C plus A square minus B square by C. 4 pi get cancelled. Then final answer is sigma divided by epsilon naught into C plus A square minus B square divided by C. Okay. This is potential on surface C. Okay. Take it. Okay. Is it complete? Is it complete now? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next question. I think it's Now question number 4, I think. Okay, I'm writing the question. Two concentric conducting cells A and B. Two concentric conducting cells A and B. Okay. I am directly representing the cells. Suppose this is cell A. Okay. Let radius of cell A is A. This is cell B. This is cell B. Let its radius is 2A. Let its radius is 2A. This is common center. Okay. This is common center. Radius of cell A is small a. Radius of cell B is 2A. Okay. Question is like this. Okay. Radius A and 2A of cell A and cell B. Okay. If potential of cell A, cell B, sorry. If potential of cell B is 5 volt, suppose potential of cell B is 5 volt, okay, then find potential of cell A. Potential of cell B, let's take VB, it is given 5 volt, then we have to find potential of cell A. Okay. Then see, potential of cell B is 5 volt, means VB is 5 volt. Let's consider any point on the surface of B. This point is at a distance B from the center. Okay. So this point P is outside the surface of cell A, and this point P is on the surface of cell B. So potential at point P, let's take Vp, potential due to A plus potential due to B. So potential at point P due to cell A, this point is outside the cell A, so potential at point A is K. We have to find it, potential at point A, sorry, potential of cell A, we have to find it. So this is, let's take charge on the cell, okay, we have to mention the charge, given charges, we have to mention the charge, given charges. This is cell A plus 2Q and Q, plus 2Q and let plus Q respectively. Okay. Charge on this cell is plus 2Q, charge on this cell is Q. Okay, the question was incomplete. Okay, I am repeating the question. Two concentric cells A and B, metallic cells are conducting cells, given charges 2Q and Q respectively. Okay, the radii are A and 2A respectively. Potential of cell B is 5 volt, then find potential of cell B. Okay, this point P is outside of cell A at a distance B from its center, then it is K. Charge on cell A is 2Q, distance from the center is B, plus potential due to B. Charge on cell B is Q, KQ divided by distance is B. Is it clear? Distance from this, potential due to cell A at point P, distance from the center is B, charge is 2Q, K into 2Q by B. Okay, here B is 2A, as we have taken, this is 2A, again B is 2A, this distance is 2A. Okay, potential due to cell A, charge is 2q, k into 2q, distance from the center is 2a, potential due to B, charge on the cell B is q, again distance is same 2a. Then potential at point P is VB, okay, VB means 5 volt, okay. This is total potential. Total potential is equal to 5 volt at point P. This is the point P. So Vp is 5 volt. Okay. Then this is 5 volt. 5 volt. K by A. K by A. KQ by A. KQ by A. Okay. KQ by A into KQ by A. Here it's 1. It's 1 by 2. Okay. Then 5 is equal to KQ by A into 3 by 2, and this implies KQ by A is equal to 5 into 2 by 3. So this implies KQ by A is equal to 10 by 3. KQ by A is KQ by A is 10 by 3. Okay. K into 2Q, K into 2Q by 2A. Okay. Potential due to inner cell, potential due to outer cell, K into Q by 2A. So KQ by A, bring it common, KQ by A. KQ by A. Oh, sorry. This is KQ by A, KQ by A, KQ by A. KQ by A, then this is 1. Okay, it's right. 1 plus 1 by 2. So KQ by A is 10 by 3. Then it is asked to find potential on surface A, potential of cell A. Potential of cell A is K into 2Q by 2A. Then this is KQ by A. Okay. Plus, potential on surface A, K into 2Q by A, due to this cell, also this point on its surface, this point is inside of cell B. So potential due to, I am writing here, potential, I am writing in complete form, potential due to the cell A plus potential due to cell B, cell A and cell B. Okay. Due to cell A, on the surface or inside the surface, whatever we may take, K into charge is 2Q. Charge is 2Q, distance is A, on the surface or inside the surface, everywhere is same, plus potential due to cell B, this is cell B, but this point is inside of surface, so K. Charge on the surface B is Q, on the surface distance is 2A, so potential on surface B is equal to potential at any point inside the surface B. Then solving it, K, Q by A, K, Q by A. Then it comes KQ by A, 2 plus 1 by 2, and it will be KQ by A into 5 by 2. Then final answer VA is equal to KQ by A, we got it 10 by 3 into 5 by 2. This is 5 into 5, 25 by 3 volt. This is our answer. Okay, 25 by 3 volt. Complete. Then finally, we will go to some numerical questions which are based on earthing. Concentric cell based on earthing. Okay. I think these questions will strengthen your fundamental understanding, and also these questions are basically useful for competitive exams, NEET and JEE, etc. Then question number 5. Okay, I am representing it first. Suppose this is inner sphere. Okay, let radius of inner sphere is r. This is outer spheres, two thin spherical cells, hollow spheres, and radius of outer sphere is let 3r. Okay, let 3r. This is a switch. This is a switch. So now switch is open and this is earthed. Okay. Now question is like this. In the given figure, the outer sphere carries a charge Q. Find charge that will flow, charge that will flow from the inner cell if the switch S, this is S, switch S is closed. See, as we have discussed from very beginning of electric potential, earth is always taken to be zero potential. Earth is always taken to be at zero potential. Anybody in connection to earth also becomes zero potential. Earth is always taken to be at zero potential. Anybody in connection to earth also becomes zero potential. Okay. So we know it, if a body is positively charged or body has positive potential is connected to earth, then electrons will flow from earth to the body. If a body having negative potential or negatively charged body is connected to earth, then electrons will flow from the body to earth to make it neutral or to bring it to zero potential. Okay. Anybody in connection to earth attains zero potential. Anybody in connection to earth attains zero potential. Okay. This is the question. Now, let's assume, let Q dash, we don't know what is charge on the inner cell. We don't know, but charge on outer cell is given. Outer sphere, outer cell. Outer cell is given a charge Q. We don't know what is the charge of inner cell, because when the switch will be closed, then charge will flow from inner cell to earth. We don't know what is the charge left to make it neutral. So finally it will become neutral since it is earth. Let Q dash is charge on inner cell before switch is closed. Before switch is closed, let charge is Q dash. Then after switch is closed. After the switch is closed, potential of inner cell will become zero. After the switch is closed, potential of inner cell will become zero. Then what is potential of inner cell? Okay. What is actually before before the switch is closed, what is potential of inner cell? See, charge on inner cell is let q dash. Then on the surface or charge of inner cell is k q dash. Distance is r on the surface or inside at any point of the surface. So potential on the surface of inner cell or inside any point of inner cell due to outer cell. Potential on outer cell is k q by 3r. Then potential at any point inside the out cell, potential at any point inside the out cell is also k q by 3r. Now it is after the switch is closed, potential of inner cell becomes 0, then k q dash by r plus k q dash by 3r is equal to 0. Then solving it now, k q dash by r is equal to minus k q by 3r. K get cancelled, r get cancelled, then what we get? Q dash is equal to minus q by 3. Okay. We had no idea about the nature of initial charge of inner cell, whether it is positive or negative. Then finally it is found that charge is negative, means now charge will flow from sphere to the earth to make it zero potential. Okay. Next question, is it clear? It is on the basis of earthing. And final question is connecting the two bodies. Okay. You have taken it. Take it quick. Will I erase it? Final 1, 2, 3. See, before going to this question, maybe last question in this lecture, suppose a question, can whole charge, this is a theory based question, can whole charge of a body, can total charge of a body be transferred to another body? Okay. Can whole charge of a body be transferred to another body? Body means we may assume conducting body. Okay. Yes. Answer is yes. How? Suppose this is a conductor. Total charge is distributed on its surface. Let total charge is q. Okay. How the total charge can be transferred? Let's keep this charged conductor inside an uncharged conductor. Okay. And now connect both the conductors. This is a hollow sphere. Okay, this may be solid or may be hollow or whatever may be. Now these two are connected by the help of a conducting wire. Now two bodies, if this is a metallic body, conducting body, this is conducting and connected by a conducting wire, then both the bodies behave as a single body. Now total charge will be transferred to the outer surface. Total charge will be transferred to the outer surface. This is the concept. On the basis of this concept, I am writing another question. Okay. Last question. A metal sphere, conducting sphere or metal sphere A is kept inside another metal sphere of radius, metal sphere A of radius A is kept inside another metal sphere of radius B. Okay. If the sphere A A is charged to a potential V. Okay, if the charge, if the sphere A is charged to a potential V, then and now the spheres are joined by a wire, means conducting wire, joined by a wire. What will be potentials of the spheres. Okay. A metal sphere A of radius A is kept inside another metal sphere of radius B if the sphere A is charged to a potential V, and now the spheres are joined by a wire. What will be the potentials of the sphere? Select, this is the outer sphere, means hollow sphere. Its radius is B. This is the inner sphere of radius is A and its potential is V. Then as per our formula, V is equal to, let charge on inner sphere is Q, then this is equals to Q by A. Let this is the charge. Charge is not given, but potential is given. Let charge on the inner sphere is Q, then potential of inner sphere is V. V is equal to KQ by distance from the center on the surface or inside any point inside any point of the surface is V is equal to KQ by A on the surface or any point inside the surface, KQ by A. Now the spheres are joined by the help of a conducting wire. Then what will happen? Charge will flow to the surface of outer sphere. If the two spheres are joined by the help of a conducting wire, then total charge will flow to the surface of outer sphere. Then this is the potential of inner sphere. Before joining the spheres, this is the potential. Okay. Then from this we will get charge on the sphere, inner sphere, Q is equal to AB divided by K. AB divided by K. Okay. Now, after connected, now they are connected. They are connected, so charge flows to the surface of outer sphere. Now after connected, charge on outer sphere, outer cell is Q. Total charge will flow to the surface of outer cell as we have discussed it. Okay, outer cell is Q. Now potential of outer cell. Potential of outer cell, V outer cell. V outer cell is equal to charge, total charge will flow to the surface of outer cell, K, Q divided by B. Or finally you may put K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q by B. Okay, this is what we have to find. What will be potentials of the spheres? Potential of outer cell is K, Q by B. See, potential on outer sphere, let B dash is K, Q by B. Again, potential at any point inside the sphere means potential of inner cell is also KQ by B, because the inner cell is inside the outer cell. So potential on the surface is equal to potential at any point inside the surface. This is the answer, KQ by B and KQ by B. Okay. Then KQ by B for both the spheres, KQ by B, then what will be final answer? KQ by B, Q is equal to AB by K. So K by B into AB by K, K get cancelled, then final answer is, this is, we'll erase it, this is AB by B, or we may write AB by B, or this is also AB by B. Okay, KQ by B, this is also KQ by B. Okay, then in place of Q we will write AB by K, K get cancelled, then final answer is AB by B. Is it clear to all? Okay, we have done some numericals, but we have taken some longer time. I have taken longer time for your clarity of understanding. Okay. This is the end of lecture 9. Thank you, my dear children. Thank you for your sincere support. Thanks.